Hi, my name is Sarah Thomason, and I will be explaining my research project currently. My research topic is how technology can be used to work with English learners. I really wanted to investigate this because I find that technology is really the rising trend in teaching, and especially our current situation with the pandemic, many of us teachers are having to learn new technology and how we can use it to work with our learners, not even just our English learners, but all learners. While teaching online, we're also having to figure out though what can we use to work with our English learners while distance learning, as well as in the classroom. When we return, we'll have to figure out how to incorporate this and continue to use technology and make sure that all of our learners have the opportunity to access this and help them learn. The research questions that I'm choosing to focus on are what technology resources are available to work with our English learners, as well as how effective are these resources. This aligns with the data because it really just shows what's being used, if it's being used ineffective or if it's not being used because it's not effective. Either one, it really shows just the usefulness and how often we can use it. I plan on finding many of the answers through research. I found many academic resources and academic journals and books, as well as talking to other teachers and through my own personal experience. I will use many different tools that are available. Using the National University Library has been very useful in finding different resources. But when I go to my methodology part, I'll explain a little more as how I plan on collecting specific data as well. Resources I've used, like I said, have been academic journals. I've been doing a lot of web research where I've found these, as well as different articles. There have been a lot of useful websites that I've found that have been created by teachers, especially English ELL teachers, as well as elementary, which is what I'm planning to focus on, is more of lower grade levels and how it can be used with our lower grade level students. My experience with my critical friends so far has been amazing. It's been so helpful. I was really happy to have gotten paired up with two different people in each course. As the first course, I had one. Me and her worked very well. It was nice to hold each other accountable and get feedback from each other, ask questions, because many of the times I would want to ask questions but didn't want to feel like I was perhaps bugging our professor or asking a silly question. So then before I would even feel like I needed to go to talk to the professor about something, I would reach out to my critical friend, and me and her were both able to talk through it, which was awesome. And the second course, I was then paired up with a new critical friend, as the other one wasn't in the class with me, and me and her were awesome as well. We actually helped each other even with teaching in general, because both of us she was a third grade teacher and I was a first grade teacher, and we were both able to kind of just talk through kind of what we were going through in terms of distance learning, resources she's found, what her school is doing, and everything. It was really nice to be able to not just talk about our current project, but talk about our current situations with teaching. So it was very helpful. I was really happy to have a critical friend in those classes. I think it's awesome to be able to talk through assignments, classes, and papers and get feedback from somebody else. As I'm reading, I didn't really notice some of the things, and she would notice something small that I would have just skipped over. So it's really helpful. I liked having that. At first, I was a little nervous of having somebody edit my papers and read over them so much, but it was very nice having multiple people to do that for me. My National University Library experience was a little different at first. I was a little nervous. I went to Sac State prior to all of to national, and I used their library when I was working on one of my research papers, and it was great. It was very helpful. But then when I graduated and then took the time to get my credential to this point, I haven't really used the National University Library, so it was a little challenging for me in terms of getting used to how to exactly use it and kind of sort through all of the different resources that are available when you use the National Library. My methodology for the research, what it's going to be consist of observations. So observing teachers and their live teaching, and right now, since we are online, it would be online teaching, and seeing how they kind of incorporate technology into their lessons, as well as doing interviews with them. I found that the interviews would be useful as they can kind of discuss what they find useful, what they use, and I can ask them more in-depth questions one-on-one with them. I was planning on doing this with multiple school districts, 2 different school districts. Both of them were Title I, had Title I schools in them, many English learners. So I thought that it would be perfect for my research project. Advice that I could give to my future self in terms of research and time management and organization is stay on top of it. It's easy to procrastinate, especially when you know that something's not important that second. But if I just stay organized, ask questions, look ahead, and be prepared, that's the best thing I can do. I know for me, I am definitely a work under pressure best person and can kind of just like to fly, but I have been so much more organized the past 3 courses that I've noticed my stress level has been gone, and it's been nice, and I feel more prepared and less stressed about it. My future plans after this program is actually, I just got hired on actually as a first grade teacher. So I will be working as a first grade teacher in Vacaville Unified School District, which is up in Northern California. We're going to be teaching online at least until October, perhaps even longer. So I'm kind of preparing right now to use online resources and learning the different technology that is arising and that my school district is hoping for us to implement into our lessons. So the past week, 2 weeks, it's really been us diving into learning how to use different resources, kind of preparing things to teach our students from home. I did graduate from Sac State with a communications degree and an emphasis in public relations. I'm from Northern California, so I'll be staying locally where I was raised and teaching where I did my student teaching. I was very fortunate, as many of the districts were not hiring at this time due to the pandemic. But this school that I was already working at had many teachers, about 100 in the entire district, retire. So I got very fortunate with a position arising at the school I worked at as a student teacher, and I was in love with the school, so I'm very excited to get to stay with the staff and get to continue working with the mentors I worked with before, the teachers I worked with, as I felt like I've grown so much as an educator and continue to learn so much each day I'm with the students, each day I talk to with my staff. It's been amazing, so I'm really excited for the future and getting to continue my career working with students, as I've been substituting for about 2 years, so it'll be nice to have my very own classroom now and get to kind of get going. Thank you. I'm looking forward to working with you.